my dear friends out there? Coding is back. Today I'm gonna be talking about it's gonna be a really short video. I'm gonna be talking about the difference in the different ways to initialize variables var, const, and let. So yeah, how's life? I guess I should start asking that. I know you're probably in lockdown or quarantine, but mine's about to get over in a day or so. And then you might be shouting at me right now. Get back to coding. Why are you talking about your own life? Okay, so let's go back then. So I seem to like the Google console a lot better. So I'm just going to make an index.html. Okay, app.js. So I'm just going to start exclamation point. Initialize a script tag. Open this up with live server. Okay. Sorry, that was my English project. English, it's a summary that I had to do. Anyways, yep. So I'm just gonna get these developer. This is a part of the React developer tools. But yeah, it's okay. You can initialize it. And I'm just gonna close off this window. Yep. And let's start. Okay. So before that, I just enabled an extension called Better Comments, which essentially allows you to write all of these colorful little bits of comments, which I find a lot more attractive and better when writing code. So I just enabled that. I'm going to be using that. Okay, so let's start. Slash, this is going to be a comment. Okay, get this down. And okay, exclamation point. We got that. Okay, so first I'm going to be talking about differences between let and const. There aren't many. Yeah, there aren't many, to be honest. There's actually only one, and that is that const cannot actually be updated either. So let's take an example. Suppose yep. So let's try to update it. It's actually not true. My last name's Blade, so console out both of these items onto the Google Cloud console. Let me just close this thing up. Okay, and then after write this, I'm just gonna start explaining what are these three different types of variables, because this is a really small part. I think we could, I'm sorry, not this terminal. I'm just gonna be console. Yep. Assignment to constant variable uncaught type error. So what this essentially is that we cannot update a const variable. We could update let variables, but never a const variable. So that's practically the only difference. They're both block based, not function based. So you see this outputs everything. And then yeah. So yeah. Okay, so let's write some stuff down. Okay. Okay, so const and let are block scoped, I mean. Okay, and then vars are function scoped. Okay, so let's try to figure out what that means. So okay, I'm gonna start with a function. This is just the old ES6 way. Okay, I'm gonna do the old ES5 way. I'm gonna do the ES6 way. Const say name equals to parentheses arrow. If you wanna video on functions, I'll be happy to make it, comparing arrow functions and normal functions, that sort of stuff. Const say name is console dot. Okay, wait. Let me initialize name here. Const actual. This is just for the sake of defining the variable. Okay. Let me just call it say name. So yeah. So essentially, this is function scope. So wait. Let me use a var for this. Okay. So now I asked to log the actual name out. Let's see what we get. Actual name is not defined. Just look at this beautiful error here. Actual name is not defined. So the problem here is this block of code essentially initializes one function. And then this actual name variable, it can only be used inside the function. So this is kind of what you might say a local variable. So this is a global variable where it's used to all of the code that is essentially there. It can essentially be used in the entire file or entire program, even in functions or outside. So even outside functions. However, this var is function scope when you're placing it inside a function. So let me just do this. Okay, simple if. So I'm gonna use let I. Okay, let I. So mistake. Okay, I greater than 5. I plus plus. Okay, should do it. Let variable let. Okay, should work. Const. Ooh, let I. Does that work? Why isn't it working? This is some odd behavior that I just found out. Just do it. Let's see. I equals 0. Let me just try. Why isn't that working? Unexpected identifier. Which line? FGS24. Yes. Oh. Okay, let me try 4. Yep. So yeah, sorry about that. I just got jammed up. It's been a long day. So yep. Sorry about that. Yep, I plus plus. So what this bit of code essentially tells us is initialize a variable called I and then equate that to 0 um, until unless when I is essentially less than 5, add 1 to it, and then console.log I that many times. So let's just save that. Run it again. Actually, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm just gonna normal comment this out. Normal. Okay, fine. Oops. Okay, save that now. Yep, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So essentially, now let me try to console log I outside this. Yeah, I is not defined. So I see I just block scoped. So that means this entire for loop is one block. And then if we try to console.log that variable I outside that block, it results in an error because it isn't defined outside that block. So yeah, block scope, function scope, and then yeah, vars can actually be redeclared. So let me go write that down. Let's go on that. Variables can be redeclared. Okay, I'm gonna do var hello var hello, and then that's a nice greeting, I should say. When the person comes in from your front door, you be like, hell, amazing greeting. That person will come into your house, sip a cup of tea, chat with you, and go out. Very nice, you might say. Okay. Oops, I've just been doing that again, huh? Save that. Get back. Yeah, now you see the same variable is redeclared and is being brought to different what can I say? Yeah, it's being assigned to different values, but it's essentially the same variable. So yeah, variables, they can be redeclared. Okay, const and let. You can guess what happens. They throw an error. This is essentially updating the variable. It's not redeclaring it. So copy that here, save it 01, because this is essentially not redeclaring, updating the variable. So now let me put another let again. There you go, you get an error. Identifier I has already been declared, you cannot declare it again. So that's what this says. Same thing, you try const. Yep. Same story. Identifier I has already been declared, so you'll be caught with this nice red greeting when you essentially do that sort of mistakes. So these are essentially some differences in var, const, and let. You won't see many people actually using var and const right now. I'm sorry, var right now, because it's like the old ES5 version of it. ES6 has introduced const and then let has introduced these two perfectly amazing way of defining variables. So you will see other tutorials, or in case you decide to go, in case you decide to see other tutorials for same materials, you will see them mostly using const and let a lot more than variables. Because essentially this can cause all sorts of jeopardy when you redefine variables. Suppose you don't realize that that's the updated variable that you're calling, and then you might be actually redeclaring the variable without knowing that that variable is already declared. Yeah, so const and let, they just throw you an error and tell you, hey, you can't redeclare the variables, okay? That's what they say. That's what they say. And then yeah, you're not going to be allowed to redeclare them. And that's sort of the good part of const and let. And yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I promise you it's a really short one. And then I'm just gonna see you in the next video. Hang in there tight, folks. Bye bye. I forgot to say something. In case you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe button of yours and hit that notification bell to get more video updates so that I can make understanding the web easier for you, and then make your lives a lot better and easier with coding. And now for real, this is Codinger signing off.